during the time the Andy Griffith Show was going on, there was a lot of racial issues in the U.S.
On a totally unrelated topic, we're going to have JD Money come and talk to you about the Andy Griffith Show. Woo-hoo! Big round of applause.
Hello. All right. Show of hands. Okay, I can't read this. Peer pressure. Never mind. Show of hands, who has ever watched the Andy Griffith Show? All right. Hey. Good. Okay. It is one of my all-time favorite shows. Made an impact on my life growing up, and I thought I'd share it with you tonight. So. All right, so when you think of the South, I hope you don't think of Honey Boo Boo, or you do, or Duck Dynasty, or Atlanta Housewives, because this is actually the show that I think embodies the character of the South, the best of the South, I would say, the morals, the values that it represents. The story, Andy Griffith, it's a small town, fictional town of Mayberry, North Carolina, and Andy takes care of his son. He's a widower, and it's a very small town life. That's what most of the show is based on. Here's some of the characters. You have Andy, widower, his son Opie, his inept deputy Barney, who's the comical one, and Aunt Bee, which. Growing up in Alabama, I can relate to, I have relatives who can favor some of these. For me, I think I connected with the show even when I left to travel abroad, because a lot of the values that it represented I could take with me, although I'm not in a small town anymore. And so Andy actually says it's all about love. It has that timeless appeal. And no matter what the environment is, that love is needed, right? No matter if you're in a big city in Tokyo or in Cambodia. All about Andy. He's the sheriff you'd like to have in your small town. Andy's life lessons, I think that's one thing that the show I pull from the show. Every time you watch one of the episodes, there's some lesson, right, you can draw from it. And one thing he was always reminding his son was be yourself. Even though you're from a small town, just be yourself. And that's something you can carry with you no matter where you go, right? Even in high school, college, you can never be reminded enough just to be yourself. Barney is here. He's always getting into trouble, goofing up, and Andy's there to support him. One time he gave the governor a ticket, a police ticket for his parking, and Andy supported him. This one, always have a picnic. I put it up there and then I realized that I didn't actually have something to say, but it was a good picture. So, don't have a picnic if you get bored. So, just don't bring your iPhones because it kind of defeats the purpose. Alright, don't be in a hurry. The show, the pace of the show is very, to me, relaxing. Even after a long day at college, I go home, and this, for some way, was able to unwind, and I like that. It was able to unwind my day. So I became a Andy Griffith addict. So, here's Andy with his son, and throughout the show, you have a very good relationship with the father and son, and they show the different ways that the son looks up to the father, learns from the father, and the father learns from the son. There's numerous episodes where that takes place. Opie's kind of the one who teaches his dad a lesson. A Mayberry moment, I think it's just a relaxed, sitting on the porch, Andy's cooking. You can fill in how you want, but the South is definitely a part of that relaxed environment. So I would say, where's your front porch? For me, I have like the idea of sitting at home with my grandparents, with my parents, very southern feel. Maybe someone's cooking. A lot of times we do sit on the front porch. So Andy Griffith has made a big impact on Americana, the culture in the South. I would say he embodied that in his character. He received the Medal of Freedom 2005. But one thing I was interested to find was online a lot of the comments. When Andy died, I pulled up some of the comments, and here's what some people said. During his entire career, there was never any controversy related to him, and no one had a word to say, no one had a bad word to say about him. Another one said, Andy Griffith was a fine entertainer as America has ever produced. His shows are funny today as they were 45 years ago. There are no TV shows on now. Of course, these are hardcore fans, so excuse the absolute terms. There are no TV shows on now like the Andy Griffith Show. Each show Andy had would demonstrate that others were more ignorant than himself. So, if you can run the video now. So I have a quick clip.
You ask me if Andy runs a talk ship, Mr. Melvin. Oh, no, he don't. But that's because of something that he's been trying to teach me ever since I started working for him. And that is that when you're a lawman and you're dealing with people, you do a whole lot better if you go not so much by the book, but by the heart. I guess maybe that's kind of hard for some of you to understand. I don't know. That's all I have to say.
And that's all I got to say. Thank you for listening.